In my opinion, one of the biggest lies on YouTube, especially from a lot of, I would say, younger creators who always talk about the idea of pretty much making tons of money, is that you shouldn't save any and you should put all of it towards your business, your side hustle, making more money all the time. And to me, this is a really weird way of teaching people that they should just blow all of their money on effectively either your course to earn their business more money, or to build that business and build that dream, and then if that dream fails, they've lost every single thing. Now, I'm not here to tell you that you're going to fail at what you want to do, or that I'm not doing stuff that I would say is not necessarily the correct path if I was to recommend things to people, but what I am definitely saying to you is that it's not saving money and just putting it all into your business is a massive lie that you should not follow. So I think one of the first things just to get out of the way is that I do think that you need a basic safety net. If you're going to be doing anything, you need to have that safety net there. You need to save up a decent chunk of money that allows you to fall back on things. That allows you to have a good enough amount of savings already there, ready just in case you require it in the future. So for example, for myself, I'm aiming towards the goal right now of having 6 months worth of earnings in a savings account. I do have debt as well on top of this to work towards. However, I've worked this all out towards when can I pay things off, how do I pay them off every single month, and fall within my monthly allowance that I've got, and it works out well. So when it comes to saving up that 6 months, right now I'm basically one YouTube paycheck away from getting that amount of money. I've then got 6 months worth of earnings sat there, and I can start divvying it up how I want to, which is a 40% split towards monthly income, 20% towards holidays, 20% towards debt, and 20% towards savings. And this basically just allows me to have a lot more of a freer way of living, of just instead of feeling as if I'm constantly under pressure to sit within the amount of money I'm earning. It effectively means that I've got that 6 month barrier that, okay, if things go from like really bad, then at least I know that I've got 6 months worth of earnings. I'm not going to be struggling constantly, instead of, let's say, what a lot of people will deal with, and let's say myself when I was first starting and going down the YouTube path solely, is you end up having almost no money, and you end up being constantly scared, constantly worried of, okay, where am I going to get money from? How am I going to be earning it? I don't want to go down unethical ways of doing it, so how do I do it? Or you don't want to go back to that job that you had, whatever it might be. Make sure that you've just got a basic safety net in place, ready just in case. However, one of the books that I do think everyone should read is I'll Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi, and this book is effectively just a finance book. It teaches you all of the basics towards debt, saving money, earning more money, and just all around what rich means and how you can live your rich life, as he doesn't believe in this idea of being rich is you have to have everything that you want all the time, you have the ability to go just in a yacht every single second. What he describes as it as, more than anything, is that most people want an experience of being rich, but typically don't want a lot of the responsibilities that a lot of rich people end up having to deal with when it comes to earning a lot of money. As a lot of people do like to think that everyone who is wealthy is basically sat on their yacht, smoking cigars and not having to deal with life, when in reality a lot of them are high stress people. They aren't just sat there doing nothing. And yeah, it's not necessarily the case that it is how everyone perceives all of the rich millionaires and billionaires to be like. However, with this book, one thing that I don't think it does well is talks towards people like me, or like you possibly if you're wanting to start your own business and work for yourself a lot more, which is how do you do this sort of thing and actually do it well and sustain and make more money in this method. Because a lot of this book, in my opinion, is focused more towards your standard 9-to-5 jobs, or your just standard just retail setting, or whatever you would like to call it. No dissing towards people who work those jobs, because personally I don't really see a massive issue with them. I've openly said this to myself many times, which is I wish my brain would let me be satisfied with a job that was a 9-to-5 job or just a standard retail job. However, I feel as if I'm underachieving by doing so. I never feel like I'm doing what I should be doing. I'm not fulfilling that thing that I want to actually be going towards. So what I would highly recommend more than anything is read this book, take in the knowledge that you get from it so that you can apply it later on in life, and then you can apply it once you are earning a bit more money. But for now, you don't need to be investing every single penny. A lot of people, for example, within this book in particular, you'll see things about how you need to start investing as young as possible, which to me, I ended up doing a little bit. However, I pulled a lot of my money out, and then also I saved a ton of money growing up. Like when it came to when I hit 16, I was saving a load of money. Then when I turned 17, I could open an ISA. From then, for about 3.5 years, I was saving a lot of money. but I ended up having to use some of it. It was that cushion that allowed me the space to breathe effectively. And I'm starting to build that cushion up again now. That's a lot more better for me all around, for my mentality. Your mental health will definitely improve when you aren't completely thinking about, oh, I only have £500 in my account, I only have £1,000 in my account. These things really do help you, and investing that money isn't going to be the answer. Yes, you're going to hear a lot of people online say, and you might see people in the comments eventually say things like, oh, well, you need to invest because your money's losing money. How are you going to use this depreciating asset if we're having inflation go through the roof? Well, realistically, I would rather have money sat in the bank available to use like most people do. For example, there's one guy that I think makes really good content, Olia, he talks about this as well, which is he has a lot of his money invested, but he also has a decent chunk of cash just available so that if he needs it, it's there, he can use it. There is no point of having the money if you're not ever going to use it, and also you can invest money later on. However, you need to have that bit of cash as your safety net, as that thing that allows you to go do the things that you want to do, instead of just thinking, you know what, let's invest it. Oh, well, I'm now terrified of taking that money out because what if I take it out and then it goes up? Or let's say, like a lot of people do, is that they invest money, then they see it dip slightly, they then start pulling their money out and they've lost £90 or whatever it might be. You could have lost even more. So I'd say, to be honest, if you're wanting to go down the route of working for yourself, earning your own money, instead of working for a company, then what I would highly recommend as non-financial advice is effectively to just build that safety net. Build the safety net first before you do anything else. Save up money so that you actually are secure in yourself and in your wealth that you're accumulating, instead of putting it all into investments, already thinking, okay, where am I going to get enough money to pay out for the things that are coming out of my account monthly? And then on top of that, how's my portfolio doing? Let me check it every 5 minutes, even though the markets aren't open. Oh no, the currency exchange has gone down, so I'm now terrified. Like, you don't want to be thinking these things originally. You need to first build up and accumulate the wealth that you can actually be happy with first of all. So yes, I do think that don't save money is a massive lie. Don't just blow it all into your business. Don't just blow it all into the stock market. Don't just gamble it away in cryptocurrencies. First, build that safety net. As a lot of people don't. A lot of people claim they do, but most people don't. And I forgot what the study stated, but I remember ages ago there was a study that came out that said I think the average US person doesn't even have $1,000 in their bank account, because effectively, due to consumerism and then other just life needs, a lot of people aren't able to save that money. And also, a lot of people end up gambling the money away in things like the stock market when they get a little bit interested in it. Just make sure that you don't splash the money away, because you need to make sure that you actually feel comfortable that you have the money there just in case you need it in the future. Anyway, that's the end of the video. If you did like this one, make sure to give it a like and do subscribe for more content. I don't normally upload finance content. It's primarily just content around tech and productivity, but I wanted to make a video talking about this on this channel in particular because I always see that this sort of niche follows into productivity and tech, so I am interested in talking about it. So if you are interested in more, then let me know. I might do more of an in-depth dive into other finance books or other parts of finance in the future, but for now I'm not going to, as right now I need to work on accumulating my own wealth before I start telling other people what to do, because I don't really believe in telling people what to do with it until, you know, I'm at least somewhat nearly there instead. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, do subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.